Welcome to Mom Knows Ball, the Jacksonville Jaguar edition. Look who decided to show up today.
The prince himself, the prince that was promised. Some call me J-Man, some call me J King Beast. Please don't call me either one of those. But yes, I have made my triumphant return because I couldn't not come on here after that game last night.
Okay, let's do a few things, Jordan, that
No, I mean,
you haven't been around for a minute. I'm Melinda King, known to some as Mom. This is Jordan. Jordan stepped back for a while co-hosting because he had some work obligations. But today, he wanted to be involved in the Jaguar edition. Because what, Jordan?
Because we're 4-1.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
I mean, yeah, so that's why you guys bring me on, because I'm going to tell it how it is.
Oh, okay.
The Jacksonville Jaguars, and I need you to clear out for a second.
Oh, gosh.
This is like my team, and this sounds hot takey, but I think this was the most important win in Jacksonville Jaguars history as a fan. And I know we've won some playoff games and we've had our moments, but what this win represented and the stage that we did it on, again, I get it. It's week 5. It's, in a couple weeks we could drop a couple games. But right now and last night, Monday Night Football, mind you, we went 10 years without getting a Monday Night Football game. 10 years. And I was actually at that game where we got our first Monday night game in 10 years. And I sat there by myself, and it was tragic. We lost to, ironically, Jake Browning and the Bengals. Little foreshadowing there. But this team is the one sports team I root for that has the ability to really change my mood and my day for better or worse. And last night, I was nervous all day because I know we have a good team and I know the pieces are there. I've watched our games. We had 49ers was a good win. Panthers, solid. Texans, But this was the one. I don't care if the Chiefs were 2-2 or whatever the record were. The Chiefs are still the Chiefs. They are still, the team in the Mighty Ducks that the Mighty Ducks play. They're the villains. They're the bad guys. They're the ones who win every year. And they still got 15 on their side. I don't care who's hurt. And it was in Duval. Lights were bright. And I feel like everyone was expecting us to lay a goose egg. And at first it looked that way. But then we came to play. We responded. It wasn't a one-sided, we got off to a hot start and we held on for dear life. No, we won that game. The Chiefs didn't lose it. We gave Patty Mahomes his chance. He scored. He got his little touchdown in the fourth quarter. Good job. But Trevor had an opportunity to go down the field and win us a ball game. Number 1 pick, Trevor. The guy who was promised to be everything, who has been, yes, sometimes inconsistent. I will always say his attitude is very positive, and I love that about him, and it feels like he hasn't given up on himself. And I think the play to win it was pretty damn reflective of that, where my guy, I guess they call it trips left for a reason, rolls out, trips on over himself. There was no one around. Trips just right over himself.
His offensive lineman stepped on his feet, Jordan. That's what happened.
Well, I wasn't there to see all the angles. I'll believe you. Anyway, it was a bad look. I was like, oh, here we go. I'm sitting there. Here we go. But you know what happens? It's like life, It's a metaphor. He got up and he scored the touchdown. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't going to make all the highlights, but it was his way to put a stamp and say to the haters, just for one night, leave me alone. We are here. It's still early. We're 4-1. There's 2 other teams in the AFC that are 4-1. You know, we're tied right now for the best record in the NFL. Again, with multiple teams, but we have the best record in the NFL. So there could be some qualifiers there, but we do. And I'm going to say this again. This was the most important win of the decade in Jacksonville Jaguars franchise history because what it represented to the fan base. We were proud last night to be Jaguar fans. We weren't the laughing stock. We weren't, the butt of the jokes and the good place, as much as I love that show. We were winners and we beat the best. And I don't want to say we put the league on notice because I already noticed that we were good. Like I knew we were good. We have a defense that it's not Saxonville. No. But we are ball hawks. Etienne's running the best he has since his rookie year. Brian Thomas Jr.
He caught the ball when he needed to catch the ball.
The last point I will make is Travis Hunter giving everyone the biggest chill the F out. My guy is a playmaker. Both sides of the ball. Showed it off, made an incredible catch, locked up Travis Kelce at one point. I guess Kelce had listened to, Taylor Swift's album before the game and was probably all jammed up after, the mediocrity of that. Anyway,
oh my God.
I'm not going to sit here and make predictions. I'm not going to say this is going to be the best season ever. We're going to win the Super Bowl. But we have pieces. We have a quarterback. And we have a head coach who's doing a hell of a job in year 1.
Okay, Jordan. So, again, I appreciate you coming on and giving your monologue, an ode to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let's talk about a few things. For me, you know what I found interesting? I found interesting that the Jacksonville Jaguars pulled a Kansas City Chief on the Kansas City Chiefs. Because what happens typically is a team is ahead and they give Patrick Mahomes 65 seconds and he finds a way to survive some sack and win the game. And we did a Kansas City Chief on the Jaguars. And
to emphasize that point, the Chiefs were 23-0 in games where they were leading by 14 plus points going into last night. I'm no mathematician, but I don't think that's I think it's 23-1 now. So
yeah, that's changed. And you like we like being on that other side.
Yeah, so that's a pretty
that math formula.
That's a pretty glaring number. The Chiefs don't give up leads like that.
That's your question. Do you think Chris Jones in that last play, because that video is so
my boy was tired, yeah.
Complimentary. Do you think he thought Trevor was down? Do you think he just said, it looks like he was like, wow, something's happening over there. And that guy, he doesn't have the same color jersey as me. Wonder if I should go over there and see what's happening. And then
even Trevor said he was like, I was ready, and you could see it. He was ready to throw the ball out of bounds. I would have. This might have been a different podcast if that happened.
Okay, yes.
But he was surprised by how much space there was. And look, it's the end of the game. I think they had been, running no huddle, so I'm sure the big man was tired. And I don't like the whole, Twitter, hone in on one person, body language doctor thing. So I don't know what was going on. That's not the reason why they lost that game. It was a bad look. But no, the reason why they lost the game is because the Jacksonville Jaguars won the game.
Because the Jacksonville Jaguars won the game.
It's not, I don't really care about what the Chiefs were doing. They played their game. They put up 28 points. They win those games. And also a thing to highlight, we have to remember is that Trevor is never going to put up a 50 plus TD, 5 interception, 5,000 yard passing season. He is a unicorn. He is an athlete. And he's got I'm not calling him Michael Vick out there, but he showed last night that is very, and when he is decisive, when he makes it, he makes a decision, and that was always his issue with processing. All right, nothing's there. Run. No one's gonna be able to catch me. I'm 6'6" with my Goldilocks blonde hair running in the wind. Like, that is the kind of aggressiveness that I want to see out of Trevor.
Well, Trevor was,
and then he was just throwing dots outside the numbers. I mean, the throw he had to Brian Thomas Jr. and that final drive was just like chef's kiss. And so you see the arm talents there. It's not a guy who I want throwing 50 times a game, but it's a guy who I can trust to make plays with his legs, to make the big throw when needed. And he's a winner. It hasn't translated to the NFL yet, but right now we have a good thing going. And again, it's the head coach at the end of the day that I feel the most solid about, because it feels like what he's been able to galvanize and, recreate a culture that really was just non-existent, makes me excited for the future. And it was amazing to see, this is a week, but like, to go on social media, we don't, like, either the Jaguars don't get talked about or they get made fun of. And to own, that's the pro and con of being on Monday Night Football. You're either gonna, everyone's gonna talk about you. And to go on my timeline and see, oh, you said this about Travis Hunter. Oh, look at this great stat. The Jaguars are 4-1. Look at just positivity across the board. It almost was overwhelming for me. I was like, whoa, felt like imposter syndrome. I was like, what did I do to deserve all this love? That's obviously about me, and
it's all about you, right, Jordan?
Yeah. But no, it was a great win, and I like what I see. I just think we take it week by week and keep everyone healthy, and let's keep pushing.
I mean, it was a up and down game, and we fell behind. But what I think what is so different for this team is they fell behind, but they did not surrender. They just chipped away at that lead. Then they took over the lead. Then they lost the lead. And again, I think in the past, a Jaguar team would have said, here we go. We let that one slip away. But they, like I said, it felt like a Kansas City Chief move in reverse.
I don't even want to it felt like a Jacksonville Jaguars in 2025 kind of win. So that's what it was. We're 1 of 1. We're not the Chiefs. I don't want to hear about the Chiefs. We just beat them. So they should figure out, how to get above 500, and then we can talk. So I get your point. I just want to give the credit to the Jaguars. We played old school Jacksonville Jaguar football, and we were wearing, obviously, I don't even want to call them throwbacks because it's offensive to me as someone who was born in the 90s, our older jerseys, our inaugural uniforms, which will, I guess, just lead me into my good if we want to go to the good, the bad, and the right.
Okay, well, what was your good?
My good, because it was just a natural transition, is JJ Watt's tweet. I mean, I think everyone universally knows it, but those are one of, if not the best uniforms in the NFL. And I mean, that tweet got 1 million+ views. I personally think we go full time with them. Those with our all whites from the 90s with Mark Brunell, I just want to see that. Just give me the Prowler all the time.
Yeah, well, my good is just that we did not give up. We fought back, one score at a time, and even at the very end, we did not give up. And I absolutely thought with that last drive, how it started, I really had a lot of confidence on how it was going to end. I just was like, we can do this. We can absolutely do this. Because when you're in that, when you have that time crunch, the defense plays, different. So my good was just that we did not give up. What was your bad?
So I'm a positive guy. So all I'm going to say is my bad was that I wasn't there in person. where was
Okay.
that when I was there, 2 years ago. But no, it seemed like I could even see the pool in the background, unfortunately, whatever's swimming around in that tank. But no, I like it's interesting when it feels like when we do get Monday night games, they purposely have it in Jacksonville because I think they know it's going to be a vibe.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know,
That's
we
true.
we probably lead the league in goatees. And yeah, I would say lead the league, and I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And my bad. I don't really I didn't have a major bad. I just do want us to just kind of work on that uh with that offensive line and those delay of games, and not like we because we had one delay of game would have happened, but we had to use a timeout, so that meant we didn't have one at the end. So just that timing there, I'd like for us to kind of work on a little bit.
No, I
And
can.
that you have
Yeah. Hey, this is just between me and my guy T Law. Dude, when you're on Monday Night Football, I don't care where you think you're not on camera or are on camera,
I
especially after you score the game-winning touchdown. You got to go in the blue tent if you're gonna pick your nose. You just like you got it. Like,
Jared,
I
oh my
love.
God.
Look, no, that's a situational awareness thing. It's like same with like you can't go digging for gold when like that they have a camera on you right now. You're sitting alone on the bench. How did you think that was going to get played out? I mean, again, I'm sure he doesn't actually care, but it's just, he got -5 aura points there. Like, just keep it, look, blue tint, pop in there, do what you got to do, and then pop out. So that was my only, like, I knew that as soon as I saw it, I told Aiden, I was like, well, that's going to be a meme. But you know what? It was a meme and a win. So I will.
Well, you know what? They didn't talk about it much because he won the game.
Well,
Um,
the broadcast wasn't going to be like, look at Trevor picking his nose. Like, it's like it's a meme. It's fine. Hey, we got to clean it up on and off the field. And I think just not, digging for gold. The only gold I want Trevor touching at the end of the year is a Lombardi trophy. I actually don't think it's made out of gold, but you get the analogy.
I get it. And I mean, for me, I think there were a couple of calls. They were like suspect. Like I really thought that was a pass interference, offensive. That was pass interference when we got that interception, and I actually thought that ball broke the plane when we had the
Yeah,
fumble.
no, I did
I
too.
mean, I mean, it was just the
Yeah.
tip, but that's all it has to be. If it
Yep.
breaks the plane, it breaks the plane. It doesn't matter what happened afterwards. So my and was, are y'all giving preference to some teams over the others? So I
Okay,
don't
here
know.
we go with the Chiefs conspiracy refs thing. It may or may not be true, but regardless, we fought through the adversity, and I actually thought it was outside of that a relatively evenly call. I mean, they called that big pass interference on Brian Thomas Jr. where he was just draped over, like. So
Yeah.
I feel like there was a good, it was equal all around. So I guess just in case Roger Goodell's listening, hey, I love your product.
So next week we got Seattle. So we
Mhm.
celebrate today and then we go, we
Keep
start.
it pushing. I mean, it's almost like Alabama. It's like we got I don't want to say a gauntlet, but it's not an easy next couple games. We don't really get a
No,
break.
it's not. It's
Yeah,
not. It's
so
not. And
and we're not even, like the Colts are 4-1 somehow. So that's gonna be a collision course clearly.
I have been talking to everybody about how I want to have an opportunity to try out for a cheerleader, to pursue my eligibility.
There now, but no.
And I had posted, if someone has some photos of me when I was a high school cheerleader, I wanted them to share. And so we're going to show a few of those that were sent to me by one of my Classmates, thank you, Stanley Edwards, for finding these pictures, and we will share that.
Yeah, I'm not going to ask any follow-up questions there, or who is Stanley Edwards and why he
It was one of my classmates, and he actually got the pictures from Kathy Harris. I think she had the yearbook. So both, hey, shout out.
Yeah.
Coosa County representing.
Yeah. Again, I don't have much to say there. It feels like I'm happy for you and whatever, you know.
So yeah, so I'm working on this. You know, I'm gonna be the oldest living college cheerleader one day. So Jordan came back to co-host after the Jaguars Monday night football victory. We're happy that you're here. Of course, during the week, I'll do some posts on what the keys to beating the Seahawks are for our Jaguar edition, and then keys for our Alabama edition on how we get a win playing against Mizzou. So subscribe, like, share, comment. This is the Jaguar edition of Mom Knows Ball.
This is the Duval edition, all right?
Duval,
all right? In that same way that, you know, y'all were making jokes then, but, you know, Liam Cohen's got the last laugh now, so.
I can't even say Duval right because I keep hearing the way he said it in my head.
Duval.
It was the eyebrow. We talked about it.
It was that. Like, so anyway, so Jordan King, we're glad you're here today. Do you know ball?
I know a bit of ball, Mom. How about you?
I'm Mom, and of course I know ball, and thank you so much, and we will see you later. Bye.
Everyone. Bye.